Week 2 of the Denver Broncos OTA practices have officially been wrapped up, and with that being said, we have some more news, notes, highlights, observations from yet another week here in Denver. But before we jump into the video and before we break down a couple of guys who have looked really good, maybe flashed some potential, and just really stood out so far at camp, make sure you guys do me a big favor. One, go follow all of the Denver Broncos media team. They do such a great job getting out this film. That way we can, put commentary over and break down some of the news and notes around it. Now, listen, you can see all their names on the top right: Zach Stevens, Cody Rourke, Henry Chisholm. Go follow them on Twitter right now. They will drop instant highlights, analysis, and some notes on practice in real time. So go follow them out as well, man. But also, comment down below, who do you think on this team? Give me a player or two that you think could break out this season, whether it be a rookie, a second-year player, maybe a veteran, or someone they just brought in during free agency or traded for this offseason. Who do you guys think could have a big impact on this team for next season? If you ask me, I really do like Jaleel McLaughlin and what he can do as a running back. I think he's going to take a major jump up this year. So he's one of the guys I think could definitely do something. But also PJ Locke. PJ Locke is another one who I think just has so much potential. Now that Justin Simmons is gone, I think he could definitely make an impact on this team. So comment down below a couple of guys you think could make an impact going forward. And with that being said, let's dive into some news and notes from yesterday's practice. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is Alex Singleton really taking a step up right now, blowing up some third down plays. I mean, this dude is all over the field, and he is another one of those guys I think could be in store for a massive season in that inside linebacker role, right alongside Cody Barton. You also have Drew Sanders and Jonas Griffith as well. So there are some guys they like here, but Alex Singleton, is standing out so far, and I'm not really surprised at all because he looked good last year as well. Baron Browning. Now, he is a guy that's very interesting to me. Last year continued to show flashes that this could be one of the best pass rushers in the NFL in due time with the right development. And now he is starting to iron out some of the, weaknesses of his game, right? Getting off the edge, but specifically helping in the running game. And boom, I mean, he is doing that to start practice so far. You can tell that this man has been putting in the work, man, just trying to get better and better each and every single day. That is something that we want to see. Now, two guys that are probably going to be depth pieces for this team, but also are making a really good first impression when it comes to, OTAs and minicamp. Angelo Blackson and Malcolm Roach. Now, these guys are dominating are the words that I think of when you watch these guys play in these OTAs. Now, I do want you guys to take everything with a grain of salt just because there's no pads, there's no contact right now. But once that comes, we're going to be able to see if Angelo Blackson and Malcolm Roach can really continue to perform this way. But so far, they're having a really good start to OTAs and want to see them continue to do similar things throughout the rest of this, but not only this, mandatory minicamp as well. PJ Locke, right? He's been coming up and making some big-time plays. I know they have Caden Stearns, but I think PJ Locke, like I said earlier, is a guy that could really break out this season if he continues to play well. Now, let's talk a little bit about the quarterback position. Actually, wait, before we get into that, I need you guys to do me a big favor. Hit the like button, but more importantly, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, guys. And get this, not only will we be covering the rest of OTAs, but mandatory minicamp in a couple of weeks, training camp preseason, and regular season as well. And after some games, after we get some footage, we'll be breaking down film, okay? So join the family. It's free. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications. That way you're notified every time we post a Broncos video. Now, let's get into the quarterback room. Some of the biggest players have been Jared Stidham and Bo Nix. Now, Zach Wilson has looked okay at times, but for the majority has struggled. And, that is something you'd expect coming into a new system and not knowing as much and getting into the playbook, right? If you start off slow in terms of getting to know the playbook, then you're going to have a tough time in practice as well. Now, Bo Nix has looked really good. And, you guys are probably thinking the same thing as me. Well, Bo Nix has probably this more similar amount of time with Zach Wilson in terms of learning the playbook and whatnot. But yeah, Bo Nix has definitely looked better so far. I want to continue to see him grow with these guys. But Jared Stidham is also another guy who just looks really good at a deep bomb to Marvin Mims in practice today. Was a big time play, so that was something we love to see. There's been some injuries, Audric, Estime, and Riley Moss. Now, it does seem like Audric is a guy who will be okay. Had some small scope done on his knee, but will be fine for the start of training camp. Sean Payton said he should be full go for training camp, so that is a good thing. Riley Moss, I think, tweaked something in his back, did not practice yesterday, but they expect him back sooner rather than later, which is a very good thing. Now, let's talk about some other guys as well. Javonte Williams, another running back here, doing very well, in shape. He's a guy that they want to be their alpha, right? I said earlier that I like Jaleel McLaughlin, but you know what? Javonte Williams is a guy that is going to come in and he will be your day one starter as long as he's healthy, right? Sean Payton also was quoted saying, hey, I'm very encouraged with this Broncos QB room. I think they have guys here, they don't jump off the paper, right, with the Jarrett Stidhams and the Bo Nixes and the Zach Wilsons, but one of these guys can really make an impact on this team next season, and they're hoping that it's Bo Nix, but also have the same confidence that Jarrett Stidham could be your day one starter, allowing Bo Nix to kind of, get acclimated to the game style here, the play speed of the NFL. So I think they're feeling really confident in this QB room right now, but we want to continue to see these guys make strides and, build chemistry and rapport with the Cortland Suttons and the Josh Reynolds and the Marvin Mims and the Troy Franklins and the Tim Patrick, Lil Jordan Humphrey, right? So that is good news. But speaking of the wide receiver room, Marvin Mims, even though he's just a second-year player, he was extremely impressed with what Troy Franklin and, Devon Vele have been doing, or Vele, however you say his name. Please correct me in the comments down below. But these guys have been putting in work, man, asking the right questions, and just are making big-time plays so early in OTAs. And again, I'm excited to see what they do with the pads on. But that was just another couple of guys who've been looking good so far. Jonah Ellis had a great day, blew up a screen, blew up a QB run, and on a blitz, sacked Zach Wilson. Last week, Nick Bonito had a massive day. This week, it was Ellis. So you got to love the edge rusher depth of this team with Baron Browning, Nick Bonito, Ronnie Perkins, but also on the other side with Jonathan Cooper, Jonah Ellis, a third-round pick, and then you got some other guys as well. So got to be extremely happy with what they're doing, what they've done, and where they're continuing to head in the right direction. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who are some guys do you think could take major jumps up this season? I mean, we talked about a couple of guys who looked good just in yesterday's practice, but there's still, so much time to develop, so much time to get better, deep dive into the playbook, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity for some of these guys like the Bo Nixes and the Jarrett Stidhams to, really take a jump up from their game. And, Jaquan McMillan is a guy who continues to look good at practice. Is he going to take another jump up in that nickel spot, especially with Riley Moss being a little bit injured, that third-round pick of last season? But at the end of the day, right, this competition in the running back room, is going to continue on. Even though Audric is injured, he'll be back for training camp, and then Marvin Mims looks good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family. Like I said, we will be covering the entirety of the Broncos offseason, OTA, everything, right? Everything you can think of. So make sure you guys join the family, turn on post notifications, and go follow all the news reporters over in Denver. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.